get to the next subject and we'll get them ready now. Fam, I don't know if I necessarily how I feel about this. I really brought this to the table because I wanted your opinion. Erdogan, as you know, I mean, obviously we understand Turkey's relationship with Israel. It's not the best at all. Erdogan has his dirty laundry too as well. Turkey has their dirty laundry as well. But Erdogan threw mud back in the face of BiBi, telling him, hey, man, how are you any different than Hitler? Take a look at Erdogan. Keep it low, and I will read it as it goes along. Fam, I won't do it in my Turkish accent this time, but next time I'll practice it and get better. You know, they talk about Hitler. Go ahead, take a look. You know, they talk a lot about Hitler. How are you any different from Hitler? How are you any different from Hitler?
Netanyahu'nun yaptıklarının
Are Netanyahu's actions different from Hitler's? No.
Şu an itibariyle
Hitler was not rich as him. Netanyahu is richer than Hitler.
Batı'dan
He
alıyor
receives support from the West. All kinds of support comes from America.
Ve bütün bu desteklerle 20.000'i aşkın
they killed more than 20,000 Gazans, 16,000 of them women, children, by the way. You know, they talk a lot about Hitler. How are you any different from Hitler?
Sizin Hitler'den ne farkınız var ya? Netanyahu'nun yaptıklarının Hitler'den geri kalır yanı var.
His actions are no different than Hitler. We already read this, baby. We're good.
Yeah. So it repeated it, but I just want to say something. This is coming from the Benjamin Netanyahu saying, you know, to Erdogan, he tweeted, he said, Erdogan, who is committing genocide against the Kurds and who holds the world record for imprisoning journalists who oppose his regime, is the last person who can preach morality to us. The IDF, which is the most moral army in the world, is fighting to eliminate the most abhorrent and brutal terrorist organization in the world, Hamas, ISIS, which has committed crimes against humanity and which Erdogan has praised and whose leaders he hosts. So there's a couple of things here. Erdogan is no innocent man. Erdogan is disliked by a lot of the left of Turkey, the more people movements all over the world for what they've done with Syria, and for a multitude of reasons. A lot of my friends who have been to Syria can't go to Turkey because of their relationship with Syria. There's that aspect. Turkey tends to really go with the wind. Erdogan in particular always tends to play both sides. And this is something that I obviously can't trust Erdogan because of this. And so he's positioning himself in the best way possible, however, right now, by pointing out the reality of Israel and what BiBi Netanyahu is doing. But it was very rich of Benjamin Netanyahu to talk about Israel's moral army when they're literally killing children, 16,000 women and children, right? That we're seeing people that were in hospitals, people that were hiding out in refugee camps. Even before this started, they were going after the Jabalia refugee camp in Gaza, and they were going after people in the West Bank before any of this started. And then he is using these talking points that are basically also US-backed talking points that Hamas is ISIS. There's absolutely no evidence that Hamas is connected to ISIS. If we have any sort of ISIS connections, we have the support of Israel and the United States of the White Helmets in Syria, which are actually connected to these ISIS type of factions that actually do exist, but have been promoted, backed, and ignited by the United States government. So it's really important to point out the inaccuracies in Benjamin Netanyahu's statement, but this is why this is happening, because he's responding. There's this back and forth between the two. And I think Turkey will be obviously always a wild card when we're talking about a worldwide conflict, because they will do what's best for them. And if what's best for them is to stick with the United States and have an opening, they will do that. If what's best for them is to go after Israel, they'll do that. Why is Erdogan going after Israel is the question. And it's not because of what's going on with the Palestinians, but there is more of an allegiance with the Palestinians than there is with Israel. And I think that is actually a genuine thing.
I just want to point out, too, as well, we don't have to pull up the anti-war article, but if you have it, Jamie, you might as well, that BiBi fired back and he accused Erdogan of creating a genocide against the Kurds, all pointing at the fact that he denies the Armenian genocide. So, we have to point out here too, as well, like you just said, there's dirty laundry over there too from Erdogan as well. It's not like he's the hero over here and we're praising him, Yeah.
Yeah, this is a back and forth, but I don't think it can be compared, right? That what is happening under BiBi is anything less than ethnic cleansing.
Yeah.